Hello there, welcome to another World of Warships Legends with Ungainly Titan, and this is a second one this week, but this is a particularly good game. It's an exceptional game. I think it's probably my best performance so far, maybe. Certainly my highest damage performance ever in World of Warships Legends. We're on the Iwaki, and it's the Tier 3 Japanese premium cruiser that behaves actually a bit more like a destroyer. It doesn't fire a lot of torpedoes, but it fires them often. And I've developed the habit of actually not firing all the torpedoes at once, because then you have a very long reload and you're sitting around, and they don't tend to hit anyway. Because a lot of the fire, when you're firing at long range, the chances of hitting don't seem to be all that great. The slightest course correction part of the enemy ship, and the torpedoes aren't going to hit anything, or they'll hit something totally different. So there's a lot to be said for firing torpedoes into crowded seas. Now this is one of the most annoying habits that I think is in the game, and what's worse, one of our battleships, some of the battleships encourage it. So with a battleship, I think, I don't know who he's calling for smokescreen, but he thanks them for the smokescreen. But all this smokescreen does is serve to give away our position, because it's bloody obvious to anyone within 20 kilometers that there's a couple of destroyers around here. This is this great big massive smokescreen. So I'm kind of sitting between the two arms of the smokescreen, because I am actually getting a fair bit of benefit. But the battleship that thanked him for the smokescreen, does he stay sitting in the smokescreen? No, there he is, steaming right past. And that's not the only time he does it. I mean, if he wants a smokescreen, what does he want it for? If he's not to take advantage of it. I mean, of all the ships that could sit in the smokescreen, other people do the spotting for him and just blast tons of angry metal in the general direction of the enemy. It's a battleship. So we have a Campbelltown racing forward, and he's taking fire from everyone. This guy's not long for the world, because he's just under us. He's just too far ahead, and he's going too fast, and he is just attracting fire from too many people, including the battleship. And there he goes, he's on fire. He laid his smoke too late as well, and he was moving too fast to take advantage of the smoke. So we have the enemy, the Kaiser and a Karlsruhe, all German ships. German ships are popular at the moment because they're the new thing on town. So I'm popping out my smoke. Now the upside of smoke is I popped it out partly to give myself cover, but also to give the battleship behind me cover, thinking the battleship would stop behind my smoke. I'd pop out of the edge of the smoke here, and I'd be able to see these ships when the smoke screen was set. I think probably the other enemy destroyer laid a second smoke screen there, because it's much wider than the original, and it is actually serving to obscure the enemy ships. With destroyer of our own in there in the middle too, where it was out there. Actually, he's moved further on. There's our battleship. Is he taking advantage of my smoke screen? No. He's sailing right into a torpedo-armed smoke screen, with predictable results. Although I think the Campbelltown actually rams him as well. That he might have survived the torpedoes, but he didn't survive the ram. Either way, he could have survived both by staying back. There's a good chance that I'd have spotted the torpedoes, and or he might have spotted them himself and managed to avoid them and survive, should we say, in the long run. I'm firing torpedoes into the smokescreen on general principles. Somebody might be inside there, and my own smokescreen is gone. I know the Kaiser's coming around the other side of the headland. I just need to line up the torpedoes with the predictor, and off they go. It's speculative. If he changes course even slightly, they won't hit. Not at that range. But if he changes course, I'm perfectly willing to drop torpedoes on the other side of the island as well. And there is disappearing. So we're going to be going around an island. So I won't be in the open for long. So I'm going to drop some on the Karlsruhe. Just hope to set a fire. This thing isn't mightily effective with the guns. You're really dependent on fire for damage, and you're dependent on torpedoes for big damage on this particular ship. And look at the flight time of those shells. It takes quite a while for them to get there. We have set a fire. We managed one hit, and we managed to set a fire. So I think he'd probably put that out. We've managed to get a torpedo hit, and we're close flooding. Excellent. It's the best news we've had all day. So we have more torpedoes ready. So we set them off, and maybe he'll run into them, maybe he won't. He's making a very sharp turn around, so he might not run into my torpedoes. I think he's going back exactly the way he came, but we might set a fire. You never know. We'll have one more, I'd say, around before he gets around the island. And well, we got a hit, but no fire. Back around, and I'm going to now drop torpedoes into his oncoming path on the other side. So why the hell not? Make the guy earn his keep. Make him dance. So the Kaiser's heading out through the smoke, and there is the Karlsruhe again. So what are we going to focus on? I think we'll focus on the Kaiser. But we want to put, start putting islands between us and him. The Wakeful is still out there, trying its best, sliver of health. And he'd probably have more health if he hadn't wasted a smoke screen earlier on. When he was in no danger. And kept his smoke screen for the point when he was in danger. So Kaiser is still, don't know if they'll hit. Now he's changed course. I don't think they're going to hit. So we have another 3 on the water, and we're now got a line in between us and him. Makes it harder to shoot because I think his trajectory will be, mine is pretty flat, but his will be flatter, and we have a fire going, which is excellent. If we can get another couple of fires going, it'll be really good. A few shatters, and we have a second fire going. Now we're going to make this guy smoke, and off we go. Keep at it. Torpedoes are underwater, but he's changed his course, and the torpedoes are not going to hit. But he's losing hit points fast, and we get a liquidator. So I think this guy must have been flooding the whole time as well. So at some stage he'd burn his repair kit early, before the last torpedoes hit him, and down he went. So the Karlsruhe was there, getting out of it, because there's 2 battleships with me, and he's completely outnumbered, so he's trying to up the distance. Shows a clean pair of heels, and off he goes. Get into the cover of the island. However, the enemy is starting to cap our base. I don't quite realise it yet. You'll know when I realise it, but I'm sort of all caught up in the chase. The sort of the blood's up, and the kind of the hunting instincts are kicking in. We're spotted. Probably from the Karlsruhe just before he went around the island. However, now I realise that we're being capped, and there's nobody else to defend us. Nobody to defend the cap but us. So there's 3 of us, and we need to go back and defend the cap. But that's actually not bad, because there's 3 of us, and we're actually not that far away from the cap. So even the battleships should be able to position themselves to shoot at stuff that I will reveal as soon as I get there. And I should get there before long. Now there's a destroyer there, obviously, because he's just smoked up and given away his position, therefore. Not his exact position, but we know roughly where he is. There's the Kohlberg. So the Kohlberg's not the one capping. The destroyer might be. And that didn't come from a destroyer. So I'm under fire from all directions here. And the island is blocking my torpedoes. I'm very awkward. It's the one thing about the Iwaki as well. They have hard-hitting, nice torpedoes. The problem is that they're very limited angles you can fire them from. You really need to be flat broadside onto the enemy. The Ishizuchi is out there as well. So can I get into position to fire some torpedoes, or will I have to use the guns? Whatever's in the smoke screen is firing my last known position. There's the Kohlberg. I think I'll use the guns, if only to get my preemptive strike on the Kohlberg. So that's some fire on the Kohlberg. I'm going to swing the ship away anyway. So let's put some torpedoes in the water and see, hope for the best. I hit the Kohlberg, but I didn't get a cap reset, so I'm going to have to do hit the Ishizuchi because he's on the edge of capping. Like if I ignore him for a second or two, he's going to cap. I couldn't even wait for the torpedoes to come in. And we've managed to get the cap reset. So there's 3 of us. All we have to do is sink a ship each. And we're away. Because then all that's left is the Karlsruhe down at the other side of the map, making his way probably back up here as fast as he can. So sinking a ship each, do you think it's too much to ask? 2 battleships and a very light cruiser. Managed to get another torpedo into something, so that's got me a high caliber at 67,000. And Kohlberg is coming around. I am protected for the moment by my smoke screen. We've lost a battleship. It takes me a moment there. I'm going to have to get rid of that destroyer. Now he's probably got torpedoes in the water, and we've got a Confederate. And I screw up here. I launched torpedoes, but I think I launched them at the wrong target. I should have launched them further to my left, because by the time he's already anticipated, I think, hitting the land, and he's actually going to be reversing further out, but he's gone out of sight, and I lost track of him actually at this point. So I need to get out of my smoke screen, and I'm the last ship left. So the answer to my question is no, they couldn't sink a ship each. Because the only one that's sunk anything at the moment is me taking out the destroyer. So there's the Ishizuchi, there's the Kohlberg. Now I have to take the Kohlberg. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. He's got a lot more guns than I do. I'm on fire. Potentially in trouble here. I could really burn. Put the fire out. I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but I was just going by my experience in the Marblehead, like you can burn down really fast, and we've managed to get more flooding and another hit, and we set this guy on fire and we sink him. So I'm now burning. Now these things are going to have to burn out. I'm probably worse off than I was, and I'm not in a position to shoot or send torpedoes in the direction of the Ishizuchi. So I'm going to sit here at the lead of the island until the fires burn out, and then fires have burned out, so I'm going to reverse back out, and I'm going to speculatively launch torpedoes in the direction I think might engage with the Ishizuchi. And I had a second spread there, I should have actually launched that. But hindsight is a great thing, and we've managed to set another fire, but he's going to have his hit points. This is going to be painful, folks. I'm on fire again. I'm running out of hit points. We didn't get a torpedo strike. We got very close, but we didn't get one. And I was hoping to get another torpedo strike off. But as I'm coming around the island, I get spotted, and there she is. The Karlsruhe has reappeared. And I don't think it matters at this stage. I got torpedoes in the water, but the Karlsruhe is A big gun cruiser has a lot of guns, a lot of very powerful guns, and I have a big gun battleship on the other side of me. Serious trouble here, folks, and there's the Suzuki coming around the other side of me, and there I go. However, it is my best result so far in any ship in World of Warship Legends. I broke the 100,000 mark in damage. So 112,000 in damage. We got the Liquidator, Confederate, and the High Caliber. 3 ships destroyed, but we didn't quite win the game. Not quite good enough to do what is a solo warrior. But it was good enough for an entry into this week's competition. So it gets me 1 entry anyway, which is, I think I got 2 entries last week. Wouldn't expect to get 2 Confederates. Confederate is not a medal I get too often. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video and enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Sharing really helps the channel out. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.